Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to Friday. It's Friday. It has been a very busy morning so far. I've been trying to get some work done early because I'm kind of taking a bigger chunk of my Friday than usual out of the day. I'll explain that in a bit, but yeah, it's been a very chilly morning this morning. Winter has returned with a bit of a vengeance, and yeah, we've been getting this, they call it an atmospheric river, and so we've been getting just a ton of rain and clouds, which I have been loving. It has dropped the temperature back down. It's hard to believe that just like a week and a half ago it was like 79, 80 degrees because it's definitely not that now. It is currently 58 degrees inside my apartment. That is as cold as I really like to let it get. It's not going to get any colder. It should warm up throughout the day, but like if this was nighttime, I'd be turning on the heater to get it back up to like 60 before I go to bed. So I'm hoping I don't have to turn the heater on because my electric bill has been really nice for the last couple months. And I would like to keep that low bill for as long as possible. But yeah, it's Friday. I am going to Whole Foods with Mom, but we're going somewhere else first. I have been waiting to make this purchase for several months now, since it came out. I'm gonna get a new iPhone. At least I'm hoping it all works out and there's nothing that makes it so I have to just go back and do it next week or something. She's gonna be here any minute, and then we're gonna get there. At this point we're running a little bit late, but we'll still get there right after it opens. Hopefully it all goes smoothly, and getting there early means we'll get it faster and not have to wait, and then we'll go to Whole Foods. I'm wondering if Mom's gonna want to do lunch first, which is a possibility, so maybe we'll get lunch somewhere near the Apple store, then go to Whole Foods. Otherwise we'll just go straight to Whole Foods and then come home. But yeah, I'm gonna get the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's gonna be the most expensive phone I have ever owned, but it should also be the best phone I have ever owned in terms of what it's capable of. The 15 Plus was tempting, but then I checked the camera specs, and being a vlogger and an Instagrammer and someone who just really loves photo and video, I wanted the best camera that Apple was doing right now. And if you're like, yeah, but like Samsung has the best camera, or whatever other smartphone brand has the best camera, possibly. I haven't looked. I am Apple everything. I have chosen the Apple life, and now I feel like I'm stuck with it. I mean, if I really wanted to switch, I could, but all my devices are Mac. So I just am going to stick with the iPhone. To switch away from an iPhone now, I feel like would just cause way more problems. There are other phones that look really, really cool, so I'm not going to tell anyone you must get the iPhone because it's the best phone ever. I don't know if it's the best phone ever. I've been really tempted by the flip phone. I think, is it Samsung that does the flip phone? I just worry about like folding a smart touch screen. Like, how long does that last? Because I hang on to my phones forever. So this is the iPhone 11. So I'm upgrading from the 11 to the 15. I've done the 4S, the 6, so that wasn't as big of a jump. But then I went from the 6 to the 11, and from the 11 to the 15. So I buy my iPhones outright. I don't do payment plans. I don't trade them in after 1 year. I buy them, I use them, and after 3 or 4 or more generations, when there's been a significant jump in the iPhone technology, I buy the new one. I probably would have gotten the 13 or 14 over the last couple years if not for COVID, but I was trying to save up my money. I wasn't really traveling, so there wasn't as big of a need for a newer, fancier iPhone, but this one is now getting to a point where it's still usable. I've been wanting a new phone for the past year, and I had thought about getting the 14. Like, it was the 14. There was some camera upgrades that I was like, oh, that feature would be really nice for vlogs. I would really love that feature. It was very tempting, but this phone was still doing just fine, and I'm really not a fan of upgrading your phone every year. It's one thing if you have kids or a sibling or someone you're passing the old one down to, but I just worry when people upgrade every year. Like, how many iPhones are... I'm hoping they're trading them in and Apple is either reselling them or is recycling them for parts or something. I hope we don't have just a bunch of iPhones in a landfill. So, like, I can't judge what other people do, but I can judge what I do. I hang on to my iPhones, and then I will keep hanging on to this one. I still have my 6, I still have my 4S. I don't use either of those, but I did continue using my 4S while I was using my 6 for quite a while. I continued using my 6 for a little bit, for at least a year or so after I got my 11, and I will probably continue using the 11 for a little bit. I think it'll be nice to be able to listen to music on this phone while I'm hiking and vlog on the new phone while I'm hiking. And Mom's calling me. Hello?
I'm here.
You're here. Do you need help? Okay, I will meet you there. Okay, bye. So I have another important purchase that I made a few days ago that just arrived. And we're reaching peak adulthood here. I bought a new toaster oven. So Mom is gonna meet me at the bottom of my stairs. I'm gonna carry the toaster oven up, and then we're gonna go, and I will take you all with me to the Apple Store and Whole Foods. I had so much light. First talking vlogging clip on the new iPhone. That was a bit of an ordeal.
Jeez.
2 hours later, we're finally walking out.
The doofus of the doofuses.
And yeah, there was a whole issue.
Yeah, one good guy, and then another guy wanted to butt in.
Yeah, he was very nice, but he wasn't very helpful. It was actually a little bit counterproductive.
A little. 2 hours
a
later,
lot.
I've never been in an Apple store that long.
No.
Like the other guys told us, you should only be in here for about an hour. Yeah, 2 hours later.
Yeah, I feel like my skin is looking really weird.
Which is the way I need to go?
Go this way.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go just up Scottsdale Road.
So I'm a little concerned. Well, that looks normal. Okay, that's looking a lot better. So maybe it's just certain lighting it has trouble adjusting to. Maybe it just takes a minute.
Garage?
Yeah, and then really bright lighting right away. That's looking a lot better. And I don't know, like on the camera screen, the front-facing camera is looking really clear. I would like to be able to vlog more on the iPhone. I feel like my 11 just did so much better when I'm out and about, and so the stabilization was better, picture quality was just as good, if not slightly better, than on my Canon G7X, and so for vlogging when I'm out running around, I do just like using the iPhone and then using my proper vlogging camera when I'm vlogging at home. So yeah, I think I'm happy with this. so we're gonna keep playing with it. But yeah, the phone and getting the phone set up was super easy. It was getting it paired to my watch that just was a mess. And then
they thought they needed to do
an update. But then they couldn't do an update until the phone finished restoring. And then my pictures looked like they weren't coming in. Like my pictures were the last thing to come over, and my albums were the very, very last things. Like it downloaded all of the pictures but didn't import the albums until the very last second. So I was like, well, I don't want to leave if it's screwed up importing my photos, but that was all fine in the end. So everything has been restored from the backup. The phone I'm holding now has everything my old phone has, so that's good. Plus these new vlogging clips, which I hope are working out okay. I will see when I get home and get this imported into iMovie. But yeah, it is now 12:30, so we're both a bit hungry, but Mom doesn't want to be home too late, so we kind of don't have time to sit. We thought about stopping and getting lunch back at the Quarter, but now we just want to get to Whole Foods. So we both have Kind bars in our packs, not sponsored by Kind. So we're gonna do Whole Foods, and then I will head home and get back to work for the afternoon. I'm glad I got a head start on things this morning, because this has taken longer than I thought. And then hopefully I can still go hiking later, and we can test out vlogging while hiking, because there is like an active mode on this phone and the new cameras, so we can maybe test out the stabilization while I'm hiking. But here's your bit of Mom in this vlog, who is slightly regretting her decision to go with me to the Apple store.
Yeah, did you really need me to sit there and watch your phone update?
But I was very grateful for the company, so. I'm home from Whole Foods, and I have some really beautiful roses. Valentine's Day is Wednesday, so I thought I would treat myself to some pretty roses. Need to get some water and show you this, and then I'll show you the new toy that I know you're really interested in. But I mean, this is how you know you're like a proper adult when you get ridiculously excited for a new toaster oven. And I am really excited for this one because it's the same one that Mom has. So I have used one of these. I know how good they are. I'm really, really excited. I hate my big oven. This thing. It's okay, but it's not great. And it kicks off so much heat. So I tend to use my toaster oven, which the one I have is this really old one by Black & Decker. This one served our family very, very, very well. This was my mom's old toaster oven, and then when she got a new one, she gave me this one. So I was trying out that one and then finally decided to upgrade to this one. So this has a bunch of different features, as well as it preheats a lot faster. It's just better. It's newer. It's much newer. I think The other one, the Black & Decker one, is like probably almost 20 years old, maybe even older than that. We've had it for a long time. So I was ready for a new one because I found that I actually do use the toaster oven a lot because I can do almost everything I would do in the big oven in the small one. But anyway, I will show you more about the toaster oven in future vlogs. We'll do some baking. We'll test it out. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open it up today. I'm probably going to just mess with setting it all up this weekend. But this is what I know some of you are going to be more excited about. So, the new iPhone. I'm very excited. So, I've got the box. It is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Oh, this has my charging cable in it. Of course, Apple. I didn't say anything in the store because they're not the ones who decide. But like, all they give you now is the cable. You don't get the charging block. You have to buy that separately. Still get an Apple sticker included. So yeah, got the box. I did get a screen protector put on. I didn't do that with my 11 because they were like, the new screen is so indestructible and it doesn't scratch and it won't break. And so I thought, okay, fine, I won't pay for the extra screen protector and I won't have them install it. Well, after several years of just throwing it in my handbag and stuff, my old iPhone does have very faint scratches on the screen. So this time I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and have them put the screen protector on. So they gave me the stuff for that. So if anything happens to the screen protector, they said to follow the instructions for the warranty or whatever through Belkin, then Belkin would send me a new screen protector and then I can take the new screen protector and the phone back to the Apple store and they'll apply it for me. So I'm like, okay, cool, that sounds good. So I'm gonna put all that somewhere safe. So yeah, in terms of the specs, for those who are interested, I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max in the white titanium with 1 terabyte of hard drive. So it is the like most intense, most robust, most expensive configuration of the iPhone 15. Even the Pro Max, but 256 gigs, would have been much cheaper. That was the smallest storage size they came in, but my iPhone 11 was 256 and I had filled up, I had 198 gigs used up. So I only had about 60, less than 60 gigs of free storage on my old iPhone. So I wouldn't have wanted to go for anything less than the 500 gigs, or it was 5 something, I can't remember, because then that would have about doubled what I had. But then I just thought future proofing. Because as I said earlier, I think in this vlog, because I don't trade in my phone every year, because I hang on to them for several years before I upgrade, I just thought, you know, with all the vlogging and all the videos I have, I rarely delete videos off my phone. I keep so much. I'm not someone who shifts it all up to the cloud or shifts it to an external drive. I do those things. I back up to the cloud, but I also keep it on my phone. For me, I just wanted to go ahead. Am I paying for it? Yes. Am I paying a lot for it? Also yes. But I just like knowing that I've got it backed up on a cloud and on my phone, just so if something happens in one place, I still have that footage. And also the difference between I knew I wanted the larger size, so that meant I was looking at between the 15 Plus and the 15 Pro Max. And even I think the difference between the 15 Pro and the Pro Max, there were some slight differences between the camera, but of the larger size ones, the Plus or the Pro Max, the camera was better slightly. For most people, I don't think the difference would make much of a difference. The camera just has so many different settings. And also, I should say, if you have the 13 or the 14, the camera differences that I'm going to be raving about are things that you might already have. Like, the stabilization has been pretty good, has been better on the last couple generations of iPhone. I feel like there wasn't much of a jump from the 11 to the 12, and then there was a bit of a jump from to the 13, but then there wasn't that much of a jump from the 13 to the 14, and then there was a slightly big jump from the 13 to the 15. So if you have, I think I was seeing some things like if you had the 13, it might be worth it to upgrade to the 15. If you had the 14, there's really not that much of a difference. But if you had like the 11, like I did, the 15 is just a massive jump in quality in a lot of the features, not just the camera. So I had been toying with the idea of getting a new iPhone for about a year now. I thought about it with the 14, but my 11 was still doing okay. But as the 15 was coming out, I've started noticing performance issues with my 11, and I like being able to decide when I get a new device. I don't like when the device decides that for me. So there's always a kind of time frame where I'm thinking about getting it, I've been saving up, I'm like ready to do it, but I'm just kind of waiting until the time is right, but still also trying to do the upgrade before the old device like completely dies. So I was starting to notice around Vlogmas that there were just some performance issues. It was slowing down. For me, the two big factors into when I get a new iPhone or laptop or tablet or whatever is the old one starting to die? Is it just getting slow? Is performance not as good? Is quality of things not as good? So like, is it just getting towards the end of its lifetime? In which case it's still usable. And I think I said this at the beginning of the vlog. I will still use the old one because as an iPod, it still works great. But in terms of using it as my primary phone, I'm happy to use it as a backup, and I'll keep using it as a backup for certain tasks, but I was ready for something new. So device performance is the first factor I look at when I upgrade. The second factor is, has there been enough of a jump in the technology? So as I think I've said a few times so far in this vlog, I don't just get a new iPhone because there's a new iPhone out. I probably won't get another new one until the 18 at the earliest. Like, I will skip the 16 and the 17, might get the 18, more likely I'd get the 19, possibly wait until the 20, we'll see. But like, I'm not going to be rushing out to get a new one at the end of this year when the 16 comes out. Like, I will be very happy with the 15 for a while. So I did get Apple Care, but I'm paying for that monthly because it was a flat fee for 2 years or monthly for as long as you want it. And again, since I keep this for more than 2 years, I want it to be protected for more than 2 years. So I think I'm doing the same thing with my laptop. My laptop is just a flat fee annually that renews every year for as long as I want to keep it, which I kind of like that Apple now gives you that option. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm now trying to like open up all the apps, see what I need to log into. Some apps have automatically logged me in. Others I'm having to sign in a second time. I have been saving up and setting aside money for this since the middle of last year, just in case I needed to go buy the 15 as soon as it came out, but I was hoping to wait until closer to my birthday, and so that's what I've done. So this is also, I should say, an early birthday gift to myself, but I have been saving up for this for the last couple years, knowing that it would be somewhere around the 14 or 15 that I would say. So I think around the time the 13 came out is when I started saving, knowing that it would be the 14 or the 15 that I would get. So I don't know why I'm justifying this, but I guess want to make it clear. I did not just wake up today and decide to go buy an iPhone. I have been planning this for a while. So I do have a case that's coming for this. It should be here later this afternoon. But again, it's really cloudy and it's really cool. It's only 57 degrees outside. So I'm tempted to go hiking now and just getting that done and just enjoying the hike like earlier. I'd enjoy the hike if I go later, but I also think this might be a good gap. I'm sure there are people who are starting to leave the Phoenix Open, but the later I go, the more people will be leaving the golf tournament. So if I go now, I don't know. I could hit traffic no matter what, but yeah, I think I'm going to check my work email and just check in, see what's been turned in grading wise. Then yeah, we'll see. Then we'll go for a hike and we will practice or continue collecting test footage. I'm just gonna go and get on with work and all of that stuff, and then we will go hiking. So I probably won't vlog work, so keep watching and we'll probably jump straight to a beautiful cloudy day hike, which I really can't wait for. AirPods definitely need to be charged up, so I want to leave those in my pocket. I cannot wait to get home and get this footage imported and see what it looks like. this vlog is not, this was just meant to be the, yay, I got a new iPhone vlog. This is not like a full detailed review, or it's not, I'm not even calling it a first impressions. I'm gonna have to keep playing with it. Active mode is a button or like an option you have to enable in the camera. So it's just like where you turn on your flash or turn off your flash. You can turn on or off active mode. But when you turn it on, it looked like it stayed on for the couple clips that I shot. And then when I shut the camera off and put it back in my pocket, when I took it back out again, it didn't look like it was still enabled. So active mode looks like it's something I have to re-enable every time. The sun is now going behind another cloud. I'm hanging out because I'm not sure what kind of sunset we're going to get. But like I can feel like the screen is changing as well, and how I'm looking in the screen is changing. So I'm just curious. Like I'm trying to think about all these different things that I'm noticing so that I can try to pay attention to it when I go to actually edit the footage. In the screen, I do think with the front-facing camera, with the lighting changing, I think I look a little bit better and clearer than I did on my old phone. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna play with it over the next several vlogs, probably. And then I might, if anyone is interested, I might do maybe as a bonus video or just maybe as a vlog, just do an actual, like, not a full-on tech review, because I'm not a tech reviewer. That's not my channel. But I have a feeling I'm not the only one in my YouTube community here who has been contemplating getting the iPhone 15, you know, particularly maybe the Pro Max. So if you're interested, you might be interested. You might be interested in me doing more of a review. What's my watch battery like? Oh, good. Okay, 23%. It was down to 10%. So first of all, I'm out here later than I had intended, which is why I'm out here at sunset at nearly 6 o'clock. Because first I was delayed with grading and just wrapping up teaching work, and I just decided, let me just get it done, and then I don't have to worry about it. So that was taking me some time. Then I stopped at the pharmacy. Turns out they filled the wrong prescription. The prescription from my doctor, the last 2 refills were all correct. This one just somehow got substituted. So they've got to do that on Monday now, or they'll have it ready by Monday. So I'm like, great. Anyway, it is what it is. But while I was waiting for the pharmacy, my watch gave me a notification that it was down to 10% battery. With everything at the Apple Store, they were running so many, not updates, but like they were doing so many like resets and repairings and unpairings, and oh, it was just a mess. And so I think it just drained my watch battery. I didn't even think to check, because I normally get all the way to like 10 o'clock. I normally never get, even in a whole day, I never get so far down with my watch battery that I get that 10% warning. I have seen that 10% warning maybe 5 times in all the time I've had this watch, which has been like over 2 years, over 3 years now. I don't know, a long time. I drove home really quick, got my Apple Watch charger that is a USB port. This is from my first Apple Watch, back when it was still a USB, because that I can plug into my car. So I was charging it on the drive up here to the park. So I managed to get it up to 31% at the start of my hike, and then it looks like my hike only drained it by about 7%. So I might get through the rest of the night and then I can charge it. But anyway, I think this is all of the sunset we're getting. So I will give you one more clip of sunset, and then I'm gonna get going, because even the clouds behind me aren't really changing color. I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna get cleaned up, get some dinner, get cozy, get warm. It's so cold out. It's nice. I'm loving it. I'm not complaining, but oh my gosh, it's so cold. It's so amazing. So yeah, it's Friday night. It's kind of why I stuck around and finished up teaching work for the day, because part of me really did want to just come out here, go for a hike, draw the line across the day. The day is done. The weekend has officially started. I do want to try to do some writing, so I'll try to give you a writing update at the very end of this vlog, and we'll see if I can get to at least 1,000 words. Fingers crossed. Okay, it is quite a bit later in the evening, but I've managed to do some writing, and I'm feeling really good about where it's at. I'm up to chapter 2, which is very exciting. I feel like before I know it, I'm going to be telling you all, I'm up to chapter 20, and I've only got the epilogue left. Like, it feels like I have so much left to write when I'm at the beginning, but then I blink and I'm nearly done with the first draft. So like, I am really trying to enjoy it. But my goal for today was 877, and I managed 1,370, which is awesome. So I don't think I will do that much writing, if any, over the weekend. I do think over the weekend I'm going to focus on editing and then switch back to writing, and hopefully still some editing on Monday. But yeah, I did 1,370 and I am up to 16,511 total in the manuscript. Now that includes my 10,000 word outline, but I have written over 6,000 words this week. So I have managed more than an average of 1,000 words a day, which is fantastic. Chapter 1 is over 6,000 words long, which it cannot stay that way. So chapter 1 is probably going to get split up into 2 chapters, but I will wait until editing to make that decision. But yeah, it's coming along. I had a very yummy dinner. There was still some, oh, I can't stand up. There was still some leftover stew. I have closed all of my rings, so I can go put the watch on charge, because it is back down to 13%, so it does need to be charged. And yeah, I'm still upset that my activity tracker got disrupted. It's just weird what it imported and restored and what it didn't, and I think it screwed up the streaks that I had racked up on my activity tracker on my watch, because it didn't tell me, it didn't congratulate me for another day of extending my streak like it usually does. It just said, you closed this ring today, and it felt very anticlimactic. And like, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, but it's still just a little bit annoying, because I've been maintaining that streak for almost 3 years. It was like 800 days, 800 plus. So yeah, I think the last I saw it had gotten up to like 837 or something like that. So I'm a little bit bummed, just because there were so many issues and too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Too many lovely, wonderful, very nice Apple employees who were clearly bored because it was so quiet when we first got there, that there were more employees than there were customers needing to be helped. And so at one point we had 3 people like helping me, and we didn't need that many because the first guy had it covered. But yeah, it just, lines got crossed and steps were missed or something, and so the pairing of the Apple Watch didn't go the way it was supposed to. Like, I almost would have preferred to have just left it paired with my old iPhone for a little bit longer, but oh well, it's all fine. At the end of the day, I have a shiny new iPhone that I am in love with. The footage from the hike looks like it turned out pretty good, so we'll see when I like actually edit this whole vlog. I need to edit the vlog you will have seen on Monday first. That's all queued up and ready to be edited tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to editing this and just starting to see what the new iPhone kind of looks like. Let me know what you thought of the footage. Let me know what you thought of the audio and the video of the clips that were on the new iPhone. I'm on the fence. Like, there's some things that I do like a lot more about the camera. There's other things that I kind of feel like maybe it's not as big of a jump as, or a difference as I thought it might be. But I think overall it will be good. I mean, at the end of the day, camera aside, I was starting to need a new phone. I didn't want to be in the same situation with my phone as I was with my laptop, my MacBook Pro, a little over a year ago, when the battery just stopped charging even when it was plugged in, and I had to go buy a whole new, really expensive laptop overnight. I don't like having to make a really big purchase on anything. I will sit on that sometimes for up to a year and really decide, like, is this the right time? Is this the thing I want? Is there a different version that would be better? I will research things like that forever and ever and ever before I finally buy something. So I'm really happy about the new iPhone, and you know, the camera, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to like temper my expectations because it's very possible that I've made it out to be something in my head that, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's just an iPhone camera. Although I will say the zoom on this thing is better than on my vlogging camera. The zoom is, I could see all the way to campus. And if you know anything about Phoenix geography, North Scottsdale and Tempe, that's like 20 miles. Like, I was zooming 20 miles. Like, I couldn't see it in crystal clear detail, but like, I could zoom in and see in somewhat blurry detail something that just my regular eyes without the zoom cannot see and focus on. So I will say the zoom was spectacular. I zoomed all the way up to Tom's thumb, and I could see detail on Tom's thumb on the top of the McDowell Mountains that I have not been able to see when I've zoomed in on any of my other cameras. Obviously, when you are that zoomed in, you're losing a lot of quality and it's very blurry, but it's still really cool to be able to zoom in that much. So there are definitely aspects of the camera that are way better. The zoom I am definitely impressed with. I don't know how much I will use that, but it is really nice to be able to zoom in on things. And I can zoom in a pretty good distance before it starts to get blurry. So I'm definitely going to be playing with that. So yeah, long story short, jury is still somewhat out on the camera. There are some things that I'm like, wow, this is definitely a major improvement. There are other things that I'm still reserving judgment on. So let me know what you think of this vlog and of the next several vlogs. Anything that I am vlogging outside is probably going to be that camera. If I'm vlogging inside, like I am now, we're going to be on the Canon, so this is not an iPhone shot. But yeah, I got a new case. That arrived when I got home. So that's really pretty. I'm really excited. It wasn't a very expensive one. It was just something that looked pretty, was really affordable, and was able to be delivered today. And yeah, anyway, I feel like this has become a very long and rambly ending of a very long and rambly video, but I know that's what a lot of you kind of enjoy about this channel. So thank you for being patient and listening to all of that, if you have. If you have listened to all of this, give the vlog a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would be amazing. Say hi in the comments. Leave me a iPhone emoji if you're so inclined to let me know which of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog. You can also let me know in the comments, are you a Apple person or an Android person? I love Android products. I really do. I'm not against Android because I'm Apple. That's the path I went down, and now I'm so far down the Apple rabbit hole, it would not make sense for me to switch. But there are a lot of Android products out there that I think are really, really cool. And if I had an endless budget to spend on tech, I would have a good mix of Apple and Android. But yeah, let me know, are you Apple or Android? You can leave me, I don't know if there's specific, like, what would be the Android? I guess you can leave me either an Apple emoji or a robot emoji, and that can be the symbol for Androids. But yeah, let's just chat Apple versus Android and what products you really like in the comments. We can get a little bit techie down there in the comments. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to relaxing, and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!